show started. You know, it's crazy that the audience won't be able to see that you had that 15 win streak, Donka, but...
yeah, of course, yeah. And, unfortunately, it's just a 1 right now.
Let's finish out. Let's see. This is one more round to take it all. Of course, that's K Breezy versus Danky Kang, also known as the Donk, also known as Magneto 1080p's better half.
Yo. Is that a kill?
Maybe.
With that slow-mo...
Come on! I'm trying to stop the streak.
Oh my goodness. That's intense.
Well, now that that's over, hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Best of 3. And once again,
one more time,
we're honored with the presence of Kenneth K. Brad Bradley. Thanks so much for coming by again, man.
Thanks for having me again, man.
You know, we had so much fun last time.
Going on, my
yeah, and you're drinking Monster Energy out of that, right?
You already know.
Guys, we have a big show to talk about, plenty of things. Of course, if you're new to the show, this is Best of 3. It's a weekly FGC talk show presented by the Daily Dot. I'm your host, Efren, and as always, I'm joined by man with the plan, Michael Donka Schiller. And this time, we are once again graced by the presence of K-Brad. So, DreamHack, guys. DreamHack just went down. K-Brad, why don't you kick us off? How was your DreamHack?
I had a pretty fun DreamHack. It was my first time because I never went to the one in Sweden. So I didn't know what to expect because of the first time in America. I said I have to go, no question. I see all these great things about it. And I liked it more than a lot of tournaments.
Oh, is that right?
I actually love this tournament.
What in particular? I mean, there's a lot of interesting things that are different from your typical tournament, least of which being the fact that there's a ton of esports and other titles being played.
Yep.
But what stood out to you?
One thing for sure, that was the first thing I noticed, is the setups. They had a million setups, dude. Not actually a million, you know, but they had setups to, like, everything was ran perfectly. Like, we came in, everything was supposed to start at 10 a.m. We ran it at 10 a.m. You go to the stream matches. I think top 3 out of the pool, well, the top 4 matches will go to the stream. Then after that, we were just done for the day. So it was 10 a.m. I played at 10 a.m. My pool was done at 10:45, and I had the rest of the day for myself, dude. It was so sick.
That was the first thing you told me. You were like, friend, the setups are sick. Look at all the monitors.
I mean,
look at all the
even
PS4s.
while the tournament was going on, and, you know, part of this because a lot of people didn't show up to an open tournament, but regardless of how many people had been there would have been casual setups for days.
Yeah.
I mean, there was just so much. And there was room, too. That's a big deal. They had them on tables spaced apart in such a way that you weren't against a wall, you weren't doing anything. Everyone was in open space. There was plenty of room to play your game without getting bumped into.
And considering that in that same room you had Smash, Hearthstone, I think Heroes of the Storm or some other games, that there was still plenty of room for everybody to get around. Yeah, it was unique. Now, you mentioned that the pools went really fast. One of the reasons for that might have been, at least from speaking to the TOs, that since there was no entry fee, there was a lot of people signed up.
Yeah.
And then there was no real incentive to go and get your money's worth. So some pools had 5 people in them. Tournaments without entry, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, there was like some pools that had 5 people in them.
I mean, I don't know, because it having no entry, the problem with that is like you said, people are not just going to show up. So the problem I'm having is, I think it should be some type of fee. I don't even care if it's not like, you know, the $45 registration, then $10 per game. Whatever you charge people will pay it. But that is a thing, because I heard Justin had like 2 or 3 buys or something in his pool. I had 1. So the earlier pools, it was a lot of buys. But I think later on during the day, it was like it wasn't that many buys. Maybe like 1 or 2 at max.
I definitely think it was unprecedented, and that's why it came up like this. Other tournaments there are open, and so many people sign up for them close to the cap that even if people don't show up, the waiting list instantly fills it up. So the other games didn't necessarily have this problem. Street Fighter hasn't been at, you know, a DreamHack in America. There hasn't even been a DreamHack in America before, so they were testing stuff out. I think it worked out better than it could have. It could have been a disaster, but because the pools were seeded pretty well, you had, you know, like 1 top player per pool. It ended up being that, you know, Friday was a bit of a joke for some players, or Saturday, I mean. But Sunday ended up being, you know, the same good player versus good player action you're used to seeing. So I think it was fine. But, yeah, it's an issue that half the tournament didn't show up.
Before we get into some of that action, I was very happy to hear on the way out, I was carting all that camera gear out, and I get into an elevator with a guy with 2 monitors, European-looking guy. Hey, how was your DreamHack, I ask. Oh, it's one of the best events we've ever thrown. Oh, wait a second, who are you? I'm the CEO of DreamHack. I immediately asked him, You guys coming back next year? He says, we're going to come back every year until they kick us out. So that made me very happy to hear. And I hope that means that we get, maybe this time next year, we're going to have 2 episodes with K-Brad again. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe,
You'll
man.
never know.
They said it's always going to be in, well, I don't know if you talked to him about it, but in Austin, it'll always be in Texas.
That's what I heard. And not only that, I heard some of the staff saying, yeah, they signed a contract for at least another 3 years at this venue. So
this is a very good venue. And then I just like Austin, man. Austin's so sick. The food is so sick. The people are really good. They're very nice to you. And the location was so good because we stayed at the Hyatt Place. So Hyatt Place is like a 3-minute walk straight to the venue. And it's a lot of hotels. You got the Sheraton, you got the Hilton, Hyatt Place, JW Marriott. It was a lot of hotels that were right next to the convention center, which I liked a lot.
Okay, let's talk about some of this action. There was some surprises. There was some upsets.
Yes.
There was some stuff that you're like, yeah, that's exactly what I expected to happen. One of those being your boy Justin Wong. Of course, he just is coming off of his Northwest Majors CPT win, and he just racked up another one.
That wasn't the first thing that I expected, though.
What was the first thing you expected?
The Trinity getting bodied.
You called it.
Trinity
You
getting
called it last
bodied.
time.
I said it last week. I told you. It was no Trinity member in top 8, huh?
What
So
do you
they
attribute
are
that
just
to?
as fraudulent as me, huh? Because I only got top 16. I got the top 16, and then I got scraped.
Yeah.
They made it to top 16. They got scraped. They suck. But I suck too, though, so I'm not even going to say it because you see, I see a lot of hate going on about, but you lost to a Ken player that's not even a Trinity member. But that Ken was pretty legit. He was putting in
We're talking about Cyanide?
Cyanide. He was putting in some work.
For anybody who doesn't know Cyanide, Donka, would you do us the honor of explaining who that guy is?
So, I mean, he's from El Paso, but he's really learned fighting games in Austin, Texas, actually, right here. He was a Street Fighter Cross Tekken player for a long time, even after the game was long dead when there was just like 4 dudes playing it online.
Yeah.
He was one of them. And he's always been a very technical player. He brought on to Mortal Kombat X. He actually got top 8 at Texas Showdown, which was one of the first majors after Mortal Kombat dropped. And then since Street Fighter V come out, he's been like mopping names offline, online mostly actually. And then he's done well at tournaments so far, but this was definitely his breakout performance.
No, it makes me mad because they told me that he doesn't even get like top 3 at the locals. That's actually what makes me so mad. Because I'm like, oh, this guy must be pretty sick. He probably dominates the scene here. And they're like, no, we all beat him. I'm like, what?
He's very good, though. I mean, obviously, no one's like, not everyone bodies him, but like, it was.
Dawkins said he beats him.
It was a
You beat him.
surprise that
is crazy.
He took the trail of names he did, and
Ricky,
it was a good surprise.
who else did he take out?
Ricky, F Champ, me, Ricky, F Champ, Alucard. Oh, was it Alucard? Oh, it was.
I mean, he's
Good
godlike, don't get me wrong.
Lord.
And Donka beats him, man.
And Donkey beats him.
Probably not anymore, dog. I'm like close to retired at this point.
That's crazy.
Things changed a lot in 1 week.
Yeah, after your Hearthstone appearance. Were you watching this guy?
Oh yeah,
playing
they kept telling me how like good you were doing at Hearthstone. Dude.
I need a slower game, man. I need to take turns.
Yeah, this is a take turn games. What do you mean?
I need to really take turns.
Yeah, this is you stop hitting a button because it's my turn now.
Let's take a brief aside here to describe. I mean, obviously, your average FGC event, you know how it goes. You lose once, you're in losers. You lose again, you're out.
Yeah.
The Hearthstone one was interesting because there was a Swiss style, I believe they call it.
It's not very relevant to fighting games because it'll never happen this way. But yeah, Swiss is basically just like a simplified round robin where instead of playing everybody, you play people with the same record as you.
Okay.
So if you've won 6 and lost 1, you only play other people who have won 6 and lost 1.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about Justin Wong and what the heck he's doing. And of course, we have the clip here of him versus Knuckle Dude. This was grand finals, not winners finals.
Okay.
Now, in winners finals, we saw Knuckle Dude bust out his guile. We can talk about that in a second. First, what's going on with Justin Wong's Karn? I'm looking at you, K-Brad.
It's too good, actually. So, the problem that I'm having, and the funny thing, I didn't even watch this match at all. Oh, yeah? Yeah, this is pretty interesting to look at.
But you know Justin Wong, and of course you know his training style. I think it was you that said that the dude is not super solid when it comes to execution, but his fundamentals are just so damn good.
Yeah, I don't the problem with it is, I mean, he's been playing for so long, so all this experience he has, like, look at that. Look at that. He doesn't even take pressure. Just looking at the small things that he's doing. Getting anti-aired out of the air, and instead of just blocking, he jumped back knowing that he wasn't going to get meated. I don't understand. He just knows things.
Now, I did get a chance. Of course, everybody was asking, are you going to have Justin Wong on the show? No, we don't have Justin Wong on the show because he's a busy man and he's at work. But we did interview him, and that interview will play later in the show before y'all get a set in. And not to give too much away, but he talked about how people know him as the shimmy guy, and he realized that everybody was expecting him to shimmy more, and he started abusing grabs and just bullying people.
Yeah, like I always say, top players should adapt in game. So if you're one of those players that you study a player and you're like, okay, well, this is what he likes to do all the time. He likes to shimmy every single time. That is what Justin does. He's not going to just. And once he sees it, he's not one of those things where I'm just going to shimmy all day. He sees that you're not falling for the shimmy. Like when he played Haitani. Haitani didn't fall for any of his shimmies. So he was like, okay, you're not going to fall for my shimmies. I'm just going to frame trap you all day and I'm going to throw you. So people shouldn't think of it like that. They shouldn't go into the match thinking, okay, he's just going to shimmy me all day. You should react in game.
Mm-hmm. And then what you saw him do really well is one of the best options to beat a shimmy or a grab is just to hold walking backwards, because oftentimes you'll walk out of range of the grab or you'll block the shimmy. But he was just doing stand short into down medium kick the low, which catches that pretty well, as Magneto pointed out to me.
Karin top tier or Justin Wong top tier?
Karen's really good. She's towards the end of. If she would be in the top 5, because I think between that, the 5th, 6th, and 7th character, because everyone says that the top 3 characters are all Ryu, Chun-Li, Nash. That's what they say.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have my own my own tier list. But those are the 3 characters that everyone says. Then it's like Nakali, Karen, Vega. Everyone like feels a different way. But if she is in top 5, she's towards the end, maybe 5th or 6th best in the game.
Mm-hmm. Well, he definitely put in work. You see NuckleDu switching up his characters. I think he used Nash, Mika, and Guile at one point. Of course, that was in Winners Finals when he used Guile. And it's kind of hard to crack, I guess.
Yeah, he got thrashed pretty bad, to be honest, which was, I mean, he made quick work of Cyanide in Losers Finals. So the level that Justin's at right now is definitely his own in America currently.
But, and you kind of alluded to it. It's okay. So, and again, in the interview, you hear him say it. People were expecting me to shimmy, so I stopped shimmying and I was bullying with throws. And then the other things that you described. Is it good that he's smart enough to be able to do that, or a pain in the ass that he has to keep changing up his play style, or is that just the name of the game? He's a professional Street Fighter player.
Yeah, I mean, you have to change up your play style in this game, because in Street Fighter 4, there were so many ways to open people up. There were so many different ways that people get opened up because of like crouch teching. You abuse your frame traps because of crouch techs, throw techs. People are backdashing, so you have option selects for your backdash. People are focus attacking, so you do things to beat the focus attack. It was so many ways to open people up in 4. In this game, it's straight to the point. It's straight to the point, so, you get shimmied, you don't get shimmied, you get thrown. Like, it's not that many. Like, even right here, he's trying to shimmy right here, and he didn't get open up, but it's still his turn. Mm-hmm. I think that you have to switch up the way you play, but you don't have to switch it up that much, because, like I said, there's not that many ways to open someone up in this game.
Well, there you go. Just give me something on poor NuckleDu busting out Guile and it not working out at all.
I mean, frankly, I think he was already down 2-0 when he did it. I think he played the first 2 with Nash, and then in grand finals he tried Mika. There's a point in a set sometimes with a guy where you realize that you gotta try something else. I think he should have tried Mika earlier, maybe, but I mean that didn't go well either. So I really have no idea, man. He was just stumped.
But that's the thing. Okay, so is Gal bad, or is it that he's just so new that nobody's had really a chance to break him apart?
I mean, he couldn't beat him with his Nash, so I don't see why the character. I don't think the character had any part to do with that. I think it's just that NuckleDu could not beat Justin, and no one could beat Justin, so that's not a knock on Du.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're all doomed for a little while. Okay. At least for a little while. I think we're all doomed to Justin for at least some months. Maybe up until EVO.
And I mentioned this before on the show, but Street Fighter 4 was the same way. I don't know if people realize that Justin completely dominated vanilla and even the beginning of Super Street Fighter 4 for over a year, winning most tournaments he went to.
Yeah, it was the Justin and Ricky show. Justin and Ricky in grand finals all the time. So I think for a little while we might be a little doomed, because they brought that crazy character in, which is Mika. They brought her in. They were like, okay, this is the character that if you cannot outplay someone, which is you're not going to outplay Justin, so you can't outplay him. You can't outplay him. So let's just be crazy. We're gonna like give you a character that you don't have to be like that good and you could just win. So do try that character, it didn't work. Then there's another character like that, like Nikali. Nikali is huge, like very offensive character, a lot of damage. Like he's one of those characters that he can get some wins. Justin lost to Haitani before, so it was like, okay, here's another character that you can play, but it's not enough. It's like they had Seth in Street Fighter 4, which was crazy. They had Seth, they had a Buki. You get hit one time, you lose. They had Cammy, back throw, and then you had to guess. So I'm like, you have all these things where I can just outplay. Like, I can beat you without having to outplay you. In this game, I think we're doomed for quite a little while.
How do you quantify it? You said at around Evo, things will start to fix up. Is that just...
It's because people understand how you're supposed to play this game. And so it comes to mostly the... Like, even the Ken players, when I look at the Kens, that's why I always talk about I don't think Ken is that good. Because when people realize, like, oh, okay, like, this is what I have to do Ken. Even myself, I lost to Cyanide. I rewatched the match, and I'm looking at how I'm playing against Cyanide. So the first game, destroy him. The first round, I'm destroying him. He popped V-Trigger, I got destroyed. So I'm like... oh, okay, this is what I got to do. I got to stay away from this character once he pops V-Trigger. When people look at Justin and they see, like, what they have to do, like, okay, Justin is winning because of this. Well, I'm going to have to play like this. People can't play their old styles. So now me and Justin, we were playing a bunch of games before the tournament, and I couldn't beat Justin before. It would be like 7-0. He'll beat me 7-0. I might get a game in finally. But we were playing first to 5, and the score was like 5-4 before the tournament and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting a better hang of this game. But... I'll play someone like I'm playing Justin, and then they'll just maul me. Like, Side-Eye mauled me, and I was like, oh, why am I letting this happen? He's not Justin. I have to play a different way for this guy. So I have to switch it up for, like, everybody that I play. So I try to get that mentality that I have to play everyone like Justin, but now I'm thinking, like, no, I'm going to play you guys, like, I'm going to treat you guys a certain way. Like, all the aggressive characters, you have to, like, get them off of you, use your V-reversal and stuff more, and all of the, like, little lame characters, then you, like, maul them. So... That's how I'm gonna approach this game.
What's that latent tech that's finally starting to roll out? Is it the V reversals, or what is it that people aren't using enough that you guys think is
V reversals?
I mean, you did a video on it.
Yeah.
It depends. You know, my character, my V reversal doesn't hit you, so it's a little different.
It's like
I'm
an
obviously pretty
one.
salty about it sometimes. It's nice for its own set of stuff, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of people who sit on a lot of V meter that they don't need to. If you have a 2-bar V trigger, you can always get a V reversal in and still V trigger in that round. So it's definitely good to do sometimes. I mean,
yeah, I never V reversal, and it's so many characters are so explosive in this game that I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm playing the character with the lowest health and stun in the game. I need you to get away from me. I either need to be on offense or we need to be back in neutral. I don't need you rushing me down because I get hit once, one combo into one combo into a throw into another combo, I'm stunned. And I'm like, oh, I lost the round. So I think everyone should be using, especially like Karen has low health and low stun also, just a little like 50 more than Cammy though. So Justin, if you pay attention to his matches, he uses a lot of V reversals. When people are trying to like maul him and stuff, he uses it a lot, but I don't use it as much. So I'm stealing a page out of his book on that one.
And definitely the other thing to steal out of Justin's book is, as we said, the frame trap into a low is a really big deal that a lot of people aren't doing. You see people shimmy or you see people throw. If you just even do, you know, your jab into a sweep, you're going to catch a lot of people in this game because everyone's holding back.
There you go.
Or mashing.
The other thing that stood out to me, because we don't see it in top 8s all that often, was Laura, with Will Tupac's Laura. He's from France, right, if I'm not mistaken? Right. Signed by Melty. Do you guys have any opinion on Laura before we move on to some other topics?
Laura, like, the thing that you say about Laura is the thing that people say about Mika, which is, I mean, talking to Julio after he lost, he was like, yeah, I didn't get to play the game. Maybe in losers I'll get to play the game. So people are worried about her in that sense, but I mean, I think he played well.
Yeah.
Laura's I think she's really strong, but I don't think people could say anything about her as far as Mika goes.
Right.
Because it's one of those things where her command grab doesn't do that much. You know, if Mika claps you, that could be the end of the game. Like, Mika claps you, she back throws you, she throws you into the corner, then after that she does a setup. So it's like, okay, I do a setup, now you still are guessing. Like, Laura is not as scary, but I think she has better buttons. She has better buttons than Mika, and like, she has to guess more times than Amika does. So I like the way that Will Tupac uses his he will use the EX Fireball, but when he does the command dash, he can tell if it lands in front or lands behind. It was a lot of times where she is clearly behind you, but when you hit the ground, she ends up in front, and then she gets another combo, and then he does it again. So I'm like, oh, this is just cheap setups. Like, this is just you practicing in training mode, looking for the cheapest thing possible. But so the way to get out of that, I guess, Dragon Punch. Like, but not too many people was doing it. They were trying to block.
And from what I understand, people used to think that it depended on which button you press first, which side you would land on. And someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe they found out that if you hold the button a specific length of time, you can land in front or behind.
That's so sick.
Regardless of whether you do the same button or not. So it's like a raw 50-50. You really got to hold that.
I love Vortex.
He doesn't even always know.
I love Vortex, man.
Guys,
I love it.
I saw that and I got excited. I was like, okay, this is some new stuff that I don't think anybody has really developed, at least in the stateside. I'm sure some people have, but I haven't been seeing as much of it. You don't see the Laura, so I was really excited to see that.
It seems like the Europeans really have the handle on Laura. You got Will Tupac, you had Crimson winning that first tournament.
Mr. Crimson.
V-Ryu Sensei is the one who released all the videos for Laura. So I mean, maybe there's something in the water over there.
It's that Bonita power.
Yeah.
You're all about that Bonita power, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. For sure, no question. Don't even ask me that.
All right, guys. Did you hear that Bud Light has dipped their toe officially into esports?
That's pretty big.
It's huge, right? Bud Light, that's a huge name coming in, perhaps indicative of where we're headed here in this space. Bud Light Esports launches with a Bud Light All-Stars Vote for Your Favorite All-Star campaign. And right off the bat, there's been a little bit of controversy. I had a chance to talk to F-Champ immediately after, the day after it was announced, and we have a little bit of a video here, and we're going to play it now, and then you guys can tell me what you think. First, let me make sure it's queued up to the beginning. Okay, here we go.
My name is Ryan Ramirez, a.k.a. F-Champ, or Filipino Champ. I play for Panda Global Gaming. I feel honored and blessed. That was such a great opportunity. Every time Bud Light touches anything, like sports, UFC, for instance, anything, they turn anything to gold. They've been like one of the premier sponsors of anything, any genre, whatever it is. So I'm very honored to be part of it, just to even be nominated to it. I'm just very blessed for that opportunity. They approached me, I would say, like a week ago about the idea, and there was no brainer. I was like, when do I start? Let's just do it. Basically, they need an all-star for every genre of games in esports. So I was lucky enough to be nominated in fighting games. I think I've done enough to be at least nominated, right? So I was very honored for that. So I think what happens is that if you ever get voted in as the premier Bud Light All-Star, apparently your life is going to change. And
if I'm not mistaken, they're going to produce content around you and follow you in your day in your life and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm going to have my like a web series, whatever, and they're going to follow me all over the place. Apparently, I'm going to fight first class wherever I go, and with a limo, whatever. It's like a whole shebang.
That's if you win.
Yes. That's for anybody who wins the honor of being a Bud Light Premier All-Star,
But the question is, so people see it, and who's on the list? It's you, of course.
Yes.
That makes sense. We have Christy. He's been in the news recently.
Okay.
We have 801 Strider. He's been on the scene. He got picked up. And Jace the Ace.
Yes.
What's your initial take on that lineup?
First of all, I no disrespect, I know they're very good gamers and very good players also. They've been around the scene for so long, and I actually like those guys. But as far as following, they're not up there when it comes to following. They're not that popular. So I don't think they were the best candidate for nomination, because this is like basically whoever could promote Bud Light or esports or fighting games in general to the general public. So it wasn't about like, how good are you a gamer, are you, your accolades, whatever. It's usually about that, and they lack in the following aspect, like personality and having a great following, to present or give back to Bud Light. I know that like 801 Strider, Jace the Ace, and Christy were, I think, the second or third choices, to be honest. The second round, or third round. They weren't the first choices. The first choices were the obvious you guys know, like, you know, the EG guys. You know, it was supposed to be like, you know, at least the EG guys and myself. Or potentially, you know, somebody, it's mostly EGs and myself. And there's a lot of conflict with sponsor contracts that doesn't enable them to participate in a lot of things. You know, even though Bud Light has been reaching out and wanted to do it, but you know, the contract has been made like years before, so their hands were tied. You know, so it's one of those things. It's a sad thing, but I would at least try to do my best to hopefully win and get as much votes as I can, and maybe represent the fighters in the Bud Light All Stars. So.
Oops. Left on the screen was telling you how you can vote. And if you want to rewatch that interview, by all means, it'll be up on our YouTube channel. So you heard him say it. He was like, yeah, I respect those guys, but they weren't even the first choice, and some of them weren't even the second choice.
EG guys? Who's an EG guy?
Do you know any EG guys?
So, what he was saying made a lot of sense. And I like people to get a little hurt off of someone saying the real stuff. You know what I'm saying? So he's telling them that they were not the right picks, I don't think. Because I don't really see what like Chris Tatarian does like outside of gaming. You know, I don't really know this guy. Maybe this was a good opportunity for him so we can get to know him. But I don't really we don't really know. Is he like a hype guy? Is he to keep to himself? We don't know if he's like a marketable guy or not, you know? Gustavo, I know he's super funny. I know he's very marketable, but I don't see that if I was just a regular guy. I know that because I hang out with him. So I know what type of person he is. But for the general public, we don't know what type of person you are, you know? Jace the Ace.
The first question was, is this guy even 21 yet?
Yeah, we just don't know. We just don't know these things. So to follow around, the way that they're describing it, to follow someone around and have them promote the Bud Light brand and all these other things, I think it could have been some other people, but this might make these guys step it up. These guys are like, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that. So everything happens for a reason. So we, the EG guys, we couldn't do it. So, you know, I'm not really too bummed out about it. Like I said, everything happens for a reason. Maybe Champ will win, maybe Chris Tatarian will win, Jace the Ace, or Gustavo. I hope one of them, I hope this changes their lives, like Ryan said.
When I first heard it, and then it looks like they can't get their first choice, and then they don't get their second choice. First of all, the fact that, I guess we wouldn't have known if Champ hadn't told us, but people had their suspicions, right, already.
Mm-hmm.
You've confirmed that, in fact, there are contractual obligations. You can't be promoted by beer, if I'm not mistaken, or alcohol, right? Is that it? And that makes perfect sense. But it makes me think, did Bud Light do their homework before jumping in? Everybody, there was the article today, CBS.com, I think it said, esports growing, advertisers want in now, right? So Bud Light's like, hey, no-brainer, but do your homework, because I feel like that already put potentially a bad taste, and that's just for FGC. This story repeats itself in some of the other categories.
Yeah.
That being said, I hope it doesn't leave a bad taste, because we want more people to come into the scene, right? Or don't
for sure, absolutely.
Would you? Who would be? Just taking it from there. What would you were saying? That it's who can promote the brand better, not who is most deserving of the title. F-Champ said, I've won EVOs, I have titles under my belt, I'm a known quantity, I have a bigger following, things of that nature. Duncan, do you have an opinion on the whole thing?
I would like to know what their process was for selecting. They didn't pick any nobodies. They picked a bunch of really strong Street Fighter players, and that's a straight up. But it seems like from a plethora of kind of random ideas, because Gustavo was amazing in Street Fighter 4, hasn't done great in Street Fighter 5 yet so far. Chris T's done amazing in Street Fighter 5 and was good at Street Fighter 4, but not nearly at the level he is now. Jace, as far as I know, hasn't even been in America the whole time, or at least he hasn't been entering as many tournaments.
I think Jace went to only one tournament.
Jace has only been to one tournament.
I think it was West Coast Warzone.
And so I'm kind of wondering, is this just they saw the guys' faces and thought they were cute? Was it, where did this come from? Champ, as he said, makes the most sense media-wise.
Champ is good.
Champ, of course.
Anytime I think of something like this is the guy. Because one, he's such a villain, you know? And then, those villains, no matter what anyone says, bad publicity is still publicity. You know? Yeah. I think it's good. I think it's good regardless. So people love to hate him. People love to tune in. People love to say, oh, I can't wait to see this guy lose. Even me. And that's my friend. That is my friend. So when he's playing Kane Blue River, and the next thing you know, like Kane Blue River are getting some games, I don't want to see him lose, but I want to see him get like bodied at least a little bit. You know, I want to see it come down to the wire. I want to be like, okay, all right. Now, champ, wake up, win, because I saw you get bodied a little bit. Now you can step it up. But people just love to see a villain lose. So to actually see a villain, like to actually have a villain like that, and he wins a lot, oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. And he's a very marketable person. So I definitely will be voting for that gentleman.
There you go.
That being said, I do think that, as you actually mentioned, there is an opportunity to see further into some of these guys that haven't been seen so far. And hopefully, and that's what I think we're planning to see out of Julio with Echo Fox, who we really didn't know that much about before either.
Yeah, because, like, it's just the FGC, what I love about it is, like, yeah, people are watching these things, watching the FGC, watching gaming in general, to see people that are good at games, right? But at the end of the day, that's not all I want to see. Like, when I put myself as a stream, like, someone that sit home and watch streams, I loved to see the personalities. Like coming up, like watching the community and then coming up into this community, I was like, man, I love me some Combo Fiend. Combo Fiend, that is a personality right there. This dude, he talks some trash. He say this, he says that, but he's a very likable guy. He's very like down to earth. Oh, F-Champ, he's getting all up in your face. He's like flipping people off and doing this, that, and the third. Oh, man, I love this dude. And I'm just looking at all the people. Like Marn coming up, I was like, oh, man, I love all these guys. I do not, and I will say it over and over again, I do not like the whole, let's just play this game. We played it, the end, shake hands, done, that's it. I don't know anything about you. I don't know any backstory. Like, the reason, like, we say Melee is so hyped because there's so much backstory. There's so much backstory. Like, oh, okay, well, these were the gods. No one could touch these gods. This guy, Leffen, comes in. He beats all of the gods, and he talks trash to them. He says all this mean, nasty things. He calls somebody out for $1,000. You're going to play me for $1,000. He beats this person. It's so much backstory. I just don't like the whole, let's just play in this tournament. Sit down at this tournament. Okay, it's fun. I lost. Let's leave. That's it. And then it's just not entertaining. It's not entertaining. Like, the matches are fun, but I need to know more. I need the backstory.
To get emotionally invested. But
yes.
I'm glad you brought up Melee because at DreamHack, the stream station was right next to Street Fighter V. They were going nuts. I was down the hall in a room, in the press room, trying to do some work, and I was like, what is that sound? These people were losing it. And Street Fighter V Grand Finals did not have anywhere near the decibels of volume there.
And I think a lot of that is that there's some sort of coherence between the level of casual spectators and then how seriously top players actually take it.
Yeah.
Because in Street Fighter, and this isn't 100% true, obviously we've seen Marvel get around this and Street Fighter 4 at EVO get around this where it becomes really hype. But at some Street Fighter tournaments, the fact is most of the people there are purely there to compete. And it's just not as exciting in that sense because you're all hanging out with each other at every tournament anyway. When you have like a billion random spectators who are like asking for the autograph of the winner and like, you know, calling the loser, you know, a scrub, you start to actually care more about winning and losing. And that's when the drama comes out, is when you get pissed off.
The problem was, one thing I also noticed was they lowered the volume for Street Fighter.
Yeah, that was true.
The volume, it was so loud for Melee and in the grand finals, and then when they took off the grand finals and they switched to Street Fighter, the volume was very low.
Yep.
Like when I was playing casuals, I couldn't even hear it.
Yeah.
So I was like, are we just like those guys? Like you're just here, like
those Street Fighter guys.
I was like, those Street Fighter guys? No, you don't need no volume. But yeah, and then the week before, the reason it was so hyped because the week before EGLX, I was there with those guys in Canada, with Mango and Hungrybox. They were in grand finals there also, and Mango got 3-0'd. I talked to Mango after, and he was just like, I'm so sick of losing this, that, and the third, all this other stuff. So I was like, oh, don't worry, man, you'll get it sooner or later. Then they come here to DreamHack. Mango resets the bracket and he wins the tournament. He gets up, pops off. See, we'd like to see stuff like that. Like, I don't like the whole, even if you won a tournament, like, you are the best that day. You are the champion. You can do whatever you want. Like, so to just get up and just shake hands or whatever, I'm like, what is this? Like, give me something. Throw a chair. Do something. Like, do anything, dude. But I don't know.
What did you do when you beat Infiltration?
When I beat Infiltration? Oh, I just stood up and I just put my hands out though. But it's a funny story though, right? So Justin to this day gets so mad at me for this. I popped off on Justin harder than I popped off on Infiltration because at that time, I felt like I would beat Infiltration, Kami Akumas, whatever.
Sure.
But Justin was smoking me every tournament. So I'm like, if I have to play Infiltration, I think I'll do pretty good. If I have to play Justin, I'm going to get smoked. So I played Justin, and I beat him, and I'm like, like screaming my head off and stuff, dude. So I'm so sorry that I had to pop off on Justin Wong. It'll happen soon enough. I'm going to pop off on him again, dude.
I'll be waiting for it.
Yeah.
And then you'll just gently shake Infiltration's hand.
Yeah, be ready for me to beat Justin in the tournament. Oh, that pop-off is going to be too real. It's going to be too real.
For anybody interested, we do actually have a Mango interview that Ian Barker did at DreamHack post-Grand Finals. If you want to watch that, you can check it out on our YouTube channel. Guys, let me change the subject on you.
Mm-hmm.
8 frames of lag?
Yeah.
I actually had not heard about this. Snake Eyes mentioned it in an interview that's also on our YouTube channel. When I asked him about Wednesday Night Fights, how come at Wednesday Night Fights you do so well, and then in the tournaments you aren't? And he said, well, at Wednesday Night Fights, it's the PC setup, and at the CPT events, it's the PS4 setup. I was scratching my head at it. He explained 4 frames of lag on the PC, almost 8 frames of lag on the PS4. This was corroborated by Forwood, who, of course, runs Display Lag, the preeminent destination to know anything about frames and things of that nature. Explain this to me, man.
So, to me, the fact that there's a discrepancy between the versions is definitely a problem. Mm-hmm. The fact of the matter is, this was an issue with, Marvel on PS3 versus Xbox. This was actually an issue with Street Fighter 4 on PS3 versus Xbox. And there came to be a standard version. The fact of the matter is, a lot of the people play Street Fighter 5 on PC. It's a big platform, and practicing on it is definitely, if these numbers are true, and it does feel like they're true, different than playing on PS4. At the same time, I think it's become a bit of a scapegoat. And I think the community is getting a little too up in arms about how you can't react to anything in this game, and it fucking sucks because I can't ever beat a dash, which is completely false.
Yeah.
And input lag has existed in games on purpose before, and the reason they do this is actually remove it from the online so that the inherent input lag of online will match closer to that of offline.
You're saying that Snake Eyes is using it as his excuse?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
I'm always the first one to bash Snake Eyes too, which is crazy. I'm always the one to talk the biggest trash about him, right? But I was gonna say, if you never played on PC, you really can't complain, right? So I've never played on PC in Street Fighter 5. So when I'm playing the game, I don't feel it.
I feel like I'm on the same boat. I feel like it wasn't. I mean, I'm sure people knew about it, but I hadn't heard about that.
The argument here is somewhat sound, which is that as a result,
people that's never even played on PC before, like that's everyone's excuse for losing now. It's, oh my goodness, that's why I
can't play real footsies.
Oh my goodness, that's why I didn't do that. Wait, what are you telling me? You mean to tell me I definitely lost?
You were right every time.
Yeah. Are you serious?
Donka plays PC at home, if I'm not mistaken. That's why you've been losing all those matches on the show.
Oh, yeah.
We
play on the PS4. It's like, ankle weights. Because what really matters is the ranked matches online.
Yep.
And these scrubs in the studio, they're nothing.
I love it. I love that. Like, now it's people at home that are legit thinking, I have an excuse. Yes. I don't have to get better.
It is a problem.
I don't have to step my game up. I have an excuse. That is what it is.
This is Justin Wong's tweet. I don't remember people complaining about input lag when the game came out. Is this a new thing? Am I out of the loop? I just play the game.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on the same boat. I feel like it wasn't. I mean, I'm sure people knew about it, but I hadn't heard about that.
The argument here is somewhat sound, which is that as a result of there being input lag, you may have tried to block an overhead that you didn't block in time.
Maybe.
But the fact of the matter is, if that's built into the game, that's part of the game. That just means you have to block the overhead that much faster. If you don't like that about the game, then you don't like that about the game, but that doesn't necessarily change anything, right? It just means you have to react a little faster, and that's how they designed it.
I never once felt that I couldn't do something because of some type of lag. Anytime anyone's ever asked me the question, they're like, oh, do you feel this? Do you feel that? I'm like, not really. Like,
and I feel the same way.
I have, like, maybe you can blame it on my character. Maybe Cammy doesn't feel it like that. Maybe, like, her DP, I just DP, or I hit back medium punch to anti-air you. Like, my combos are, like, all the combos are pretty simple mostly in this game. So I don't feel anything where I'm like, what is this? Is it just my settings? Is it this?
Every
I've never
overhead
felt-
I should have blocked it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Guys, maybe you'd be better if there were S tier players in America. If you're following Arturo Sanchez's Twitter, you would have read this. Tokido told me if I live in Japan, I would have the potential to be a godlike player. Too bad I don't have this S tier comp on a daily basis. Okay, he's probably referring to the East Coast. Is that a fair statement to make?
I don't know how I feel about that tweet.
I feel like you should not say things like
Yeah,
this.
I don't know how I feel about that tweet.
I feel like you should never say things like this ever, because one, you cannot blame it on anybody else but yourself, because this dude infiltration plays nobody.
yeah, like what?
This dude,
I'm
like,
very
he
confused.
is training mode. Like the dude just lives training mode. So it's like you're like, oh, okay, I don't have that many people to play this, that, and the third, but you can do a lot of stuff yourself. It's just okay. So even just looking at the two Dawsons, right? So you're looking at F Champ, and you're looking at Arturo Sanchez. F Champ tries to abuse every single thing that Dawson has. Different setups, okay, every single thing that has to do with Dawson, he tries to maximize it. Arturo, I think Arturo is just playing a lot of online. And then you can beat a lot of players online easily instead of like sitting and like the hours that he puts in online training. I feel like he could just sit there and just be in training mode. Like, okay, I can do this, I can do that. I need to get my drills better. I need to get this better. I need to get that better because like I am not maximizing my character. And then me and him played, and I feel like, oh, Cammy destroys his character, and I'm like, okay, we play. I beat him in tournament, so then we play a long set. We play a bunch of matches and stuff, and I'm telling him like, dude, you got to do this, like you got to do that, you got to do this. And then he goes to Japan, he plays Kazunoko, scrapes for like 4 rounds straight. So I'm like, okay, good. Now you're taking your character to the next level. It's not necessarily one of those things where, oh, I have to live in Japan. I hate people that think you have to live in Japan or you have to live in West Coast to be like really good. You can be good anywhere, especially because the online is decent in this game. You can always just hit up somebody and like, hey, I'm trying to play a set, this, that, and the third. But it starts in training mode, 100%.
To me, I like Arturo. And that's part of the reason I don't like this tweet is I think it sets a bad precedent for people playing at home who are coming into the game who are like, oh, damn, like all I've got is online. I can't be good. You can definitely get quite good.
Most of the time
in this game,
started.
I really think in this game your resources can be very shallow and still get good.
Most of the top players started online.
Knuckle Dew,
yourself, me, Wolfclone was online.
Cyanide just got third pure online.
Online. What was it? CJ Truth was an online player. Shin Chang, I used to always play him online. And I'm like, a lot of these players play online, and this online is better than Street Fighter 4's online.
Oh yeah.
So now you actually have something where you can go, okay, I need to play this person to learn this match. I need to play this person to learn that. But to say, oh, I don't really I wish I was in Japan, or I don't really have that top tier like you have to start in training mode. I don't think he actually practices as much in training mode as he plays online, and it shows because he's like what is it, diamond or something? Diamond, yeah, I don't know. I got to platinum because I wanted to play every single match. Mm-hmm. So I played every single match. I needed to understand how to approach the matches. Once I found out how to approach every single matchup, I was like, oh, okay, I'm done. I have no reason to play online anymore. And then somebody showed me something else. Like Shin Chang just destroyed me at DreamHack. So now I'm like, oh, okay. Well, clearly I don't know how to approach Nikali. So I'm like, dude, we're gonna play. We have to play like constantly because I don't know how to approach Nikali. So I think it should be like that, not I have to live in a certain place to be good.
Sure. I'm sure it doesn't hurt, right, to have
no,
Daigo.
Of course not. It's
in your
not
community?
ludicrous to think like if the tweet had been like, wow, Japanese players are so good. Like I wish I could play them more. That would be a different tweet.
All right, guys. We're gonna cut to. Well, first, let me give one last result. Tiger Uppercut. We didn't talk about it because I didn't watch any of it. We were at DreamHack.
I didn't watch it.
But our boy Steve, Ace King Off Suit, has an excellent write-up. You can read that on the site. But he did send me the results. I was like, hey, Steve, send me the results real quick. Tiger Uppercut. First, Ada. Second, Sonic. Third, Goichi. Does that surprise anybody? Some people were elsewhere. There was other tournaments going on.
Ken Masters.
Ken's too good. I really do think that character is hella good.
Is he in your top 5?
Yes, he's 5th.
Good gracious.
There
Ken Masters. It's one of those things where I'm like torn because I love Ken. You know, like I just love Ken Masters, this billionaire, this pretty boy.
His fireball is really
This
good.
pretty boy Ken Masters. I love him. I'm not going to play him ever again. But that used to be my only character. Every single Street Fighter I play Ken, I'm never going to play him again.
You're all about the story, right? You like the lore.
Yeah,
He's all about the girls.
Yeah,
He just
so
always plays a girl.
I have to play a girl character. It is what it is. But I just don't think he should be winning. What is happening? And then
He
like
beat you.
even that's what I was about to say. Even when I lost, I'm like, I just got steamrolled when he popped V trigger. It's like, okay, I'm winning, and I'm dead. And then that's the end of it. So
Well,
I'm like, is this the V trigger just too strong?
The Mika phase seems to have subsided. Maybe the Ken phase will be next. Maybe it's not a phase.
All right, this is what I want to see. If people start saving their V trigger for Ken, I just want to see people beat Ken in neutral because Ken usually is going to lose in neutral. I want to see people beat Ken in the neutral and then save all their V trigger. So when he's rushing you down, just keep pushing him off. You keep pushing him off. You pushing him off. You V reversal and keep it back to neutral, then run away. And then will Ken still be as strong? Because I see a lot of Kens winning off of his V trigger alone. It's like I popped V trigger, end of the game, time to lose. So
like
I
X Factor
think his V trigger is just very strong. I think that's what it is. I don't think Ken is good. I think the V trigger is so sick.
Well, the V trigger makes him better in a few ways. Obviously, any normal that cancels in the V trigger is
All
way
right,
plus.
Ken without V trigger. If Ken didn't have that sick V trigger, what would he be? He would be a bad character, right?
I mean, what does that mean? Every character has a V trigger.
No, I'm saying like just take out V trigger out of the game and just let's look at
If
the
you
characters.
took everyone's V trigger out of the game,
would Ken even be viable?
I think he would be viable.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd be as good.
I don't know.
But
I think
he would be viable.
Sick, you know,
and some people like Chris T and Brent uses V reversal a lot.
They use V reversal a lot. Yeah, I mean, I think Chris T is the best one out of the Trinity. I think Chris T is the best, and then it's Julio. But I don't know, dude.
I heard that corroborated by other people.
Yeah.
Except that they had more of a striation. S tier, kind of good, not good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, between the Trinity.
In the same order that you put them, although you didn't mention Brent.
Yeah, I think Brent is just one of those players where like he is an offensive player. He was an offensive player in Street Fighter 4, and I just think this V trigger is too sick.
It is real sick, as we said.
I think
it
it's
makes
too sick.
Any normal cancel into his plus.
I never
the damage
thought
on
it
his
was
combos.
I never knew how sick it was until I'm fighting it. So I fought Ken's before, but I'm like, okay, no, I'm not gonna be anywhere near you. But when I'm near him and he pops V trigger and I have to fight it in V trigger, I'm like, this is too much. It's pretty sick. But I don't think Ken is good.
We'll have to wait and see how the Capcom Pro Tour season ends up. We might not be seeing as many Kens later. We'll have to wait and see. You've been right before, right?
We got to test this out, man. Because all characters are sick. Cammy is still sick without her V-Trigger, right? She's still a sick character. Chun-Li, super sick. Like, the best in the game without her V-Trigger. Ryu, super sick. He doesn't even need the V-Trigger.
What about Nikali, though?
Nikali, no, he's whatever. He's whatever without V-Trigger.
Right.
You know, he needs the V-Trigger. Who else is in the game? Well, Mika, her V-Trigger, she needs it. Yeah, but for the most part, like those characters I named, they're so sick. Even without they're just good characters. I feel like Ken is like, he's whatever, and then he gets V-Trigger, and it's like, oh, now I'm in there.
It's the easy. Okay, so the big thing about Ken is like, right, his footsies kind of suck, but suddenly Stan Heavy Kit goes from being like -4 punishable on block to being he's up in your face.
Yeah.
Because he cancels into V-Trigger, he's like +5 or whatever, +6, +7. It makes his footsie game infinitely scarier because now they're plus instead of minus, right? I mean,
that V-Trigger, man. That's what it is? That's
right,
the
guys.
formula? Let's stop.
because he runs, the big
Let's
deal is
stop
he
it.
runs right up to you when he does his V-Trigger,
Right.
most characters. If Ryu does sweep V-Trigger, he's kind of far.
Mm-hmm.
Ken's right in your face.
Guys,
Just V-reversal it, dog.
Yeah.
maybe you should pick up Ken, man.
Never. I love him, though. He's so sick.
He
But
does look cool.
I can't play him, dude.
He doesn't look cool on the select screen, but he looks cool in the game.
I love Ken, no matter what he's in, man. The Street Fighter 2 animated movie, Ken Masters.
What he's got that fight with T-Hawk in there, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Of course, they double
Be
up on
careful.
Bison.
I'm just all about Jean-Claude Van Damme Guile, but maybe that's just me.
If you ask for something, you might get it. He knocks about everything.
If
Ken
you've never
Masters.
seen the Street Fighter animated movie, go rent it.
Ken Masters. So sick.
All right, guys. A couple of things before we cut to our interview with Justin Wong and prep for a set. One is shout-outs to Must Be Hacks, who just subbed to our channel.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Must Be Hacks.
Yeah.
Second, if you like what you're seeing, please consider following and subbing because we work very hard to provide this once a week. And to that end of trying to improve the show, one of the things that I've always wanted to provide on this show is proper commentary. I can't commentate to save my life.
Yep.
Well, let me tell you something. We've got a spare chair here.
Okay.
That's because when we come back, we're going to fill this with Magneto 1080p.
And maybe myself. Let's see who plays who.
We're going to get some matches in. We're going to have some legit commentary. I'm very happy that Jarrett, Magneto 1080p Austin, is with us in the studio. It's been a long time coming. All right. Now, please enjoy our interview with Justin Wong. Will, roll it, buddy.
Can he punish? It's time. Is this it? Justin Wong is going to take it. Justin Wong, 3 games.
Light Esports here with Justin Wong, the winner of the first DreamHack ever on this continent. How does it feel?
I always been watching DreamHack from home just because it's always in Europe. Never really had just the opportunity to go or even time. So when I first heard of DreamHack Austin, no matter what, I had to go. And Street Fighter 5 here, amazing. And I'm just really happy just because I always wanted to win a DreamHack.
Now, I saw you earlier that this DreamHack tournament was organized by the Javier Moreno, who organizes Texas Showdown. You were not at Texas Showdown because you're at Red Bull Kumite, but I thought it was a nice touch of you to tell them, hey, I'm sorry I missed it.
Yeah, so Texas Showdown, is like one of the longest FGC tournaments out there. I always gone to Texas Showdown, and I always supported like Javi and Chris, and they're amazing people. And I was really sad. Even when I was in France, I slept early on purpose so I can watch the tournament like at 4 a.m. when I woke up. Even it was like Guilty Gear or Mortal Kombat, I'm just a big stream monster. So I was really just watching everyone in the background and watching people having so much fun and all the tweets. I was really jealous and homesick.
And we'll talk about it. And of course, there were some funny moments there with your boy PR Rog and Grand Finals, and we'll talk about that in a second. But we're still here at DreamHack. It just wrapped up. The lights came back on. Talk to me about that last match versus NuckleDu.
So NuckleDu, obviously, you guys know him as a really big, amazing Street Fighter 4 player. Street Fighter 5 still brand new. He's trying to transition with Nash, Guile, Mika, try to go to his style. I do feel like I've been playing Karen ever since in Alpha 3. Also been playing Karen in Capcom Fighting Jam. So it's been 10 years since Karen came out, and I love her. So I want to play her as my main, no matter what, even if she was bad or good. It just worked out that, in my opinion, I think she's top 3. So because of that, I really do feel that a lot of Karen players are not utilizing a lot of her things in terms of strategy. They're more about optimal. So because of that, I was able to get a really strong read, and also I was able to bully with my character throughout the whole entire tournament. So if you notice, against Guile, when he picked Guile in the winner's bracket, I was doing a lot of heavy Rasenha. It's -4, but it's overhead. So Guile can't really punish me with a flash kick combo. So just because of that, I was bullying little things like that, and it really helped out just knowing my character very well.
So I did hear what you just said, but if you could distill it down, what is that strategy that people aren't using?
Utilizing a lot of V-skill. I do think her V-skill is one of the best pokes in the game. And if you could tell, I'm always able to activate 2 V-triggers around if I'm capable of doing it, because I utilize V-skill in my neutral game. And besides that, I use a lot of throw. People always kind of rely on shimmy too much. So the fact that people know me as a shimmy master, I was able to kind of trick them and just abuse more throws than shimmies. So that's what can I do. I feel like I'm able to smell the fear when I play Karen against other people. And I really do think that the V skill is most important, and meter management is most important with her. And I do think people like to spend 2 bars on combos way too much with her.
Now, you've been doing well in the Capcom Pro Tour as well as the official Capcom Pro Tour ranking events recently. I believe it was Northwest Majors that you won. What do you attribute this success to?
I think the reason why I'm doing so well is because of my stream. Because I stream every day after work, I feel like I put so much time in playing just because I'm playing with my followers, my subscribers, and I'm trying to help them. And while I'm helping them, I'm also learning more about the game. So because I have a really strong community when I stream, it just pretty much makes me want to always come back. Yes, I get tired. Who doesn't get tired after a hard day of work? But I keep the grind going because I want everyone else to get better in this community.
Speaking, let's make it the smallest community here that you belong to, which is Evil Geniuses. How do you think your Evil Genius family is doing?
I think they're doing pretty good. K-Brad, 64 points. P.O. Barwag, 128. Probably more now, like maybe like 130 or something. So he's doing really good. Ricky, obviously, Ricky hasn't been doing like the best that she wants to perform. But me and F-Chan was telling her, you should play Nash the whole tournament. So you can pretty much get used to playing Nash as a secondary or as a main in the future. Because her Nash is really good, but there's no confidence in it because of the tournament setting 2 out of 3. So she focused on that, and she made top 8. So it's really good. I really do think that P.O. Balrog and Ricky in the near future will break that threshold of making like first place sooner or later.
Maybe when Barwag comes out, Pierre Barwag will start.
It depends. It's really hard to catch up when you gotta learn a new character because we've been playing Street Fighter 5 since the end of February. If a DLC character comes out, like literally Guile's only been out for like 2 weeks now, so it's not enough time. Alex is just barely breaking the threshold of being really good.
How do you feel about that there's characters coming out as the season progresses, and you're a professional, this is your living, and it's kind of changing on you regularly?
It's good because it teaches you how to adapt. But I am a person of just, I love playing characters. I don't like I can't just play Karen for 24 hours a day. I need to rotate because I enjoy playing fighting games and I enjoy different archetypes of characters. So I know Guile quite well. I play him all the time on my stream and lose miserably. But that's why I was able to understand what Nukadu's mind was approaching like when he was playing Guile. So because of that, like I said, I don't care. More characters, the better, because that means I'm going to be forced to stream more, so I can learn these characters and get prepared for them when I play them in tournament.
We're at DreamHack Austin, of course. Let's pull it back a little bit. How do you feel having the Street Fighter 5 stage in the same room as Melee? Of course, that's not uncommon. But you have Hearthstone, you have Heroes of Storm, you have all these other esports titles all thrown into the same room.
Well, it's definitely a different touch of like our common FGC events, but it's really interesting just because I love watching Melee. I'm the biggest PPMD fan, biggest Hungry Box fan, and I also watch a lot of Hearthstone because of Amaz. I'm a scrub in StarCraft. I don't know what's going on, but it's kind of cool because you get to see different communities, and when they come up to me, like these people from their communities, and they come up to me like, oh, I'm a big fan. I'm like, really? Like, you have all these other big famous people, and then you're like, oh, I'm a big fan. And I thought that was just kind of crazy and awesome at the same time.
But I mean, the name Justin Wong transcends just the fighting games, of course.
I'm just trying to play fighting games. I love fighting games.
Well, speaking of which, where can we see you next?
So my schedule's really busy. Next week, I'm going to Canada Cup Vancouver, hosted by Lapchi. So there's going to be a tournament there. It's more of a Marvel event, so it's going to be an exhibition between me and KBR and B. So the Canadian champ, Evo champion, and the Street Fighter 5 player, Justin Wong, playing against each other. But besides that, I'll be at Toryukin, the next CPT event 2 weeks from now, hosted by Russell.
I spoke to F-Champ earlier in the weekend, and I asked him about this, I think it was a Red Bull article that named KBR the new god of Marvel. Except he's beaten all the gods except one. How do you feel about KBR as a Marvel player?
Well, he beat me at Evo, pretty much. That's kind of what paved the way of him becoming the Evo champion that year. I haven't played him this year yet, but I'm actually really impressed. Like I can't really knock it off that KBR is like, YOLO or whatever. He's actually really optimal with his team, and the last time you would ever say Hulk won a major, you would never speak about it. It's like saying Voldemort. Like, you shall not speak that name. So it's kind of like that's how I feel. And if KBR repeats, then more power to him.
The last question I have for you, and this again is in the vein of esports and new models of FGC events, the Red Bull Kumite. That, from a spectator's point of view, seemed like one of the most interesting, cool, energy, filled events that has come in a long time. How do you feel about events like that?
I love invitationals because it's pretty much the best of the best playing each other. It's really awesome. Like how Capcom Cup does it, Red Bull Kumite does it, even when South by Southwest did it for Street Fighter 4. like even for like the Summit or for Smash Melee, it's amazing because you get to see your favorite players playing against each other for high stakes. When I was in the Red Bull Kumite, it blew me out the water. I'm not gonna lie, it was an amazing event. The people were amazing, the crowd was amazing, the matches were amazing. Like, I'm just really jealous, and I really hope I get the opportunity to play in it again.
You don't prefer invitationals to the traditional open bracket tournament, do you?
No, I love the more people coming to our events to play Street Fighter V, the better. I'm all about that, but I'm always all about playing Street Fighter, no matter what. Anytime there's a tournament, whatever format, I will be there. I will try my best to win, and I really want to just be the best.
Justin, is there anything I didn't ask you about that you want to mention?
You didn't take me to Texas barbecue, so you're disappointed. You took K-Brad, but you didn't take me.
It was good too, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was real good. He's upset that he didn't get barbecue, man. Get in there and talk to him about it.
What happened? Oh.
1, 2, 3.
No, it's on shoot.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Body. Get away.
Welcome back
That
to the
happened.
best of 3 set. Hope you enjoyed that interview. Now, let me introduce Magneto 1080p. If you may have seen him on that viral clip with our boy Donka.
Or thanking his mom at Absolute Battle.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Mother's Day was this past weekend. It's important to consider Mama Bear.
Donka, you're the one that really wanted. I mean, Jarrett, you guys have a relationship. You guys coach each other back and forth.
Wanted what?
To have my boy on the show here. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. And I'm glad that he is here because he's a good coach, he's a good commentator, and he's a good player. And we're going to get a couple of sets in both ways. We'll see both ways, front and back. So why don't we go ahead and get into it. Jarrett, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, excited to be here.
Yeah.
This was kind of like, I remember Donkey being like, hey, I'm going to do this thing with Efren, you know, and I was like, oh, you're going to be in somebody's basement with some tinfoil and you're going to bitch about matchups for an hour and a half and talk about how great Iron Man is for like 3 hours. Then I saw it and I was like, man, it's like prom date 2004. I was just like, oh my gosh, what a good looking thing you got going on over here. And Mike's surprisingly eloquent.
Let's just play this game and get. I can't listen to this.
Yeah, let's get to it. Thank you very much for those kind words.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
and
so
obviously,
so
the best man in the FGC right
well,
here.
we'll wait.
love-
So,
Love what you do.
while you guys do your little thing over there,
Yeah.
what are we gonna do? Like first to 3 with both of us. We'll each play
This could be
once.
far more interesting than what's about to happen.
Yeah, I like how you're already assuming that you're going to lose the set and then have to pass
No,
the
no,
stick
I'm
to
gonna
Jarrett.
win and then walk off. I've been
Walk
getting
up?
the read,
Okay.
and here it is.
Okay.
All
I'm
right,
excited.
Let's
Let's do it. All right, Mike's opening up with the dash up, gets hit by the OS from the low forward. Cammy with the abilities kind of just sits outside of the range of pokes and sticks low forward out and is buffering the cannon drill. And Mike runs into it, gets cornered immediately, see if K-Brack can put it back in. Frame trap, little walk up strong after the jab. And it works again, and I think Kenneth can kill off this combo if he doesn't mess around. Oh, Magic Pixel. Donkey make use of it. Oh, this blocks, but
I'm
you know.
surprised. Oh yeah, I had to do stand short in between that.
That was the
Down
rule
strong,
of
down
three.
strong,
Nobody's
forward
blocking
frame gap.
3 strongs in a row, bro. See if he plays a little more. Ooh, jumping roundhouse. Paying the bill, so now Kenneth is in the corner. Mike goes for throw after the plus Izuna drop in the corner. Very good. That is the Donkey setup, the Crystal Flash into the Crouch Fierce. That's one of Masher's, but Kenneth doing some work
that's
right
so
here.
well done.
Nice. And what I love about this is the first time that I've seen a Cammy player do what K-Brad is doing, is when he gets the low forward, he spends it on an uppercut. And he told me the first time I saw it, I was wide-eyed like a raccoon in the dark. I was like, why are you going into uppercut so far away? And apparently that low forward, if it hits you and he big triggers, he can uppercut at any distance. So not only does he saves it for another combo, and he gets decent positioning off of
And
it.
it does more damage.
And it does more damage. It's just all around great. And if you notice, if he lands a combo initially into drill, he will not do uppercut because he likes the Yoki.
I like it,
Some
man.
smart stuff. I was worried a little bit that
maximize some.
yeah.
Cammy.
Well, a lot of stuff, Cammy's Oki is something that I'm not very familiar with, but it seems off the V-trigger drill she gets.
I forgot to ask the chat. Hit me up with a 1 if you think K-Brad's going to take this. And hit me up with a 2 if you think Danky is going to take
Yeah,
it.
let's go 2s. I can confidently say we have 0 high-level Cammy in Austin.
Oh my god.
So we've all basically been learning the matchup since Kenneth showed up.
Yeah, K-Brad's been here for a whole week, man. How much have you learned?
I learned a lot. He came by our local hub, came by UFO.
Yes.
Shout out to Food Bar,
Okay,
and he was gracious enough to run sets with everybody. He sat down at the cab, and we all
That was
took
you, K-Brad,
turns.
putting in work?
Yeah, we all took
Always.
turns blocking dive kick. It was real fun.
So the bad news is there's a whole lot of 1s on this stream chat here.
No, that's
do
good
have a
news. 'Cause
couple
they're gonna
twos.
get to see a treat.
Yeah, Mike, mashing stand short
I don't know
after
how to catch
blocking
that
that dive kick.
backdash
Very
there.
smart. Unless Cammy hits you at the top of the head, you can, or hit you in the bottom of the feet rather with her dive kick, you can contest, if not punish, dive kick on block every time unless it's EX.
Jarrett, we have a question in the chat. What is Oki?
Oki, I forget what the whole Japanese term
Okazeme.
Okazeme, which means positioning. So you get positioning after a
That
couple.
actually means wake up.
Oh, wake up? Does it?
Yes.
You know more Japanese than me, brother.
All right, Donka, since clearly you're not in the middle of a damn match, Oki, what is it?
Okay.
Well, he's right. I mean, just go ahead and
It's
explain.
positioning, yeah. So
Finish.
sometimes you'll do a combo that doesn't do as much damage. Like Cammy has a lot of enders to her combos and uppercut that do more damage. But the cannon drill will give you better Oki, better positioning after the knockdown, so you can continue to apply pressure. One of my favorite things about Justin, as a Karen player, you see the Justin Wong combos, and he'll do a combo that ends in like her can kicks. Terrible Oki off of that. Like you don't get frame advantage or good positioning or anything off of it. He just does it because it's the combo that he wants to do and that he's good at doing at the moment. And he knows doesn't matter if he gets the setup, he's just gonna outfootsie you again.
Yeah.
So why not? So it's one of those things that Street Fighter 4 is important. Obviously, back throw was key. You back through somebody with Cammy. And the Oki you got off that was ridiculous. You got a vortex. And
Yo, we've been talking, and I think Donka's making something happen over there.
here's the thing: is he likes the pressure.
I'm like phasing out
Donkey
Jarrett's
like-
voice so hard
Donkey
that I'm
likes
like,
the pressure. He's used to, he's used to be droning out for hours. So Donkey is no stranger to low expectations. I happen to remember a chubby, curly-headed kid coming in talking about how good his Iron Man was.
Yeah.
About 3-something years ago, and myself and a couple other people saying he was complete trash, and then I got put in an Infinite that I had never seen before. So Mike definitely loves the hate, thrives off of it, and definitely making some things happen in footsie. And this is what I like to see from Vega with a life lead. Just kind of walk back, don't get cornered, but make Cammy work for the positioning, and that's good. Stand light kick on counter hit, will combo into crouch strong. And that, I mean, EX the Zuna drop in the corner is one of those things that if you haven't dealt with it before, you're going to just have to
Because you don't know if it's hitting left or right.
Yeah, you don't know if it's
what.
hitting left or right. Honestly, a lot of normals will lose to it. So it is a very intimidating situation if you don't have a character that has a great neutral jump button.
Now, can you explain to me why Donka is doing so many little twirls?
He's basically just trying to bait Kenneth into doing... Well, even if Kenneth did super, he would actually kill him. So, yeah. He was basically just trying to maybe taunt Kenneth into like making a mistake doing cannon drill or something. But obviously, K-Brad very content just to do light kick dives in the corner and run up and frame trap him into the super, which chips because Donkey had already done the tuxedo mask. So, and once again, a stray low forward cannon drill, which is, that's one of the marks of just a Cammy player in general, being able to find that spacing where that works. Very hard. Like, you don't get a lot of those stray hits, and to bait it, you have to essentially walk into low forward to get the cannon drill to come out, which is basically walking up to a pissed off grizzly bear. Like, you have to walk into the fire.
You can't say that, dog.
You can't say that.
It's intimidating. She walks back really fast, and Vega scoots with the best of them. But as you can see,
Time out. What's the score, Donka?
I haven't been keeping track.
What
Kenneth?
does score really mean?
Yeah, honestly,
What is it, man?
I mean,
what is
like,
a frame?
is that-
what is a number?
That just seems so arbitrary.
yeah. That doesn't have
The
anything.
score is that I'm playing another one right now.
Hey, K-Brad, what's the score right now, man?
3-0.
Is it already 3-0?
Yeah.
4 frames to 0.
Donka has a way of stretching out these first to threes.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I- that was a good slide. I liked it. Got himself out of the corner, but immediately walks himself back. No anti-air. Granted, it's intimidating to anti-air, but he needs to make his money before she gets the EX because he can anti-air the regular dive kicks and her jump with jump medium kick. But once she has the meter, much more intimidating.
People are saying it must be the 8 frames of lag, and that's why.
Yeah, 100%.
that-
100%.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you, stream, for understanding.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of compassionate people out there, apparently, which is good. It's your
High
lucky day.
Lord Raziel or Raziel says the score is free.
Score is free. 99. Oh, Mike, don't let him cross the middle line. Don't let him cross that red line, Mike. Mike, don't let him cross the red line.
That's my line.
That's your line.
This is
Don't
my line.
draw a line in the sand.
It's my line.
Draw a line in the sand, Mike. You played so much better just now.
That was my line.
He wasn't just being sweet when he said I'm a great coach.
I have seen you coach this kind of victory. In fact, you coached me to a victory in a casual match versus Panda that one time.
I mean,
shout outs to that. By the
I'm
way.
the type of player that will coach in a casual match and will yell at people who are just trying to have a good time and play the game. I will pop off and yell at you and tell you that you're bad. That's something I actually learned from Mike,
that's a read
believe it
too.
or not. All right, don't be upset. You've still got him courted. Where's
my
the
line.
line? Where's the line?
Oh, you crossed my
no.
line.
Oh, no.
No, that's my line.
No, just screen pull him back to the line. There you go.
Get off my line.
That's fine. Good defense. Donkey usually has pretty good defense, which is why, like, he actually can make this character work. A character with no reversal, no V reversal, no like get off me moves whatsoever.
Oh, that was good.
But this game is so fast. It's hard to
Even with the 8 frames of lag. That,
even with the 8 frames of lag, somehow even Donkey gets opened up. He's been playing with his hearth too much. Let's see what. All right, I like. Oh, I love that, but not enough to kill with the.
Oh, come on!
Gets thrown out of throw. Can you be smart about it though? You just got a super. You just got a super, Mike.
Oh, why did it come out? My super!
Oh no.
funny.
Were you even nervous there, K-Brad?
Never.
I see beads of sweat forming on the brow of Danky. Kenneth, however.
Now, how are you
poised.
gonna hold up when you have to face Kenneth Bradley?
Like a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
on
I'm nervous.
What?
But Kenneth and I played a little bit, and
man.
at first we kind of went back and
Slice.
forth-ish, and then we played another set, and he like beat me 7
So is that
games.
the download? Do I get to finish it on the download, or do people need one more?
I mean, Kenneth looks like a reasonable man. He should let you walk off home run. No,
Well, who do you
he's
want
not
to play?
doing-
Who do you want to play, me or Jarrett?
I'll play whoever, dude.
Hey man,
Oh,
stay
wow.
going and hand it to Jarrett.
All right.
We'll see if we can squeeze in another set. I asked Will before the show, the guy that switches the
Should
show,
we
our technical
switch or
director.
no?
What do you mean? No,
Oh,
you
you
can.
can just
Yeah,
play
now
from
you're
there.
talking. Now, yeah, you're commentating.
All right.
I asked Will, hey Will, can we stay late tonight? And he said, don't worry about me, baby. So, as many sets as you want.
All right.
Oh, man.
Okay, Symphony.
So
Yo,
you
ask
guys just
K-Brad,
got-
what are the 3 keys of success to becoming the high-tier Cami player?
A high tier Cammy.
They want 3. Put together a PowerPoint presentation on how to be a top-tier Cami player.
Okay.
Oh, look at all
Number
this lag.
1, you gotta hit confirm the low forward.
Okay.
I think that's what makes Cammy.
Okay.
If you can hit
confirm low
confirm-
forward.
If you can hit confirm low forward into drill, then you're on your way. Your defense has to be pretty good. Like your anti,
Good
like
defense.
yeah, your anti-airs, like your spacing and everything, because she has the lowest health, lowest stun in the game, and max damage combos. As
There
long
you
as
go.
max, yeah, that's it. That's the top 3.
Low forward into drill. Good.
Confirming low forward in a drill. Get out of here.
I think that's actually the best way to give advice in fighting games, is to simplify it down to levels
Yeah.
like that.
And then you start
Because
practicing those
if you
moves.
try to give someone like, like an entire rundown on how to play a matchup, you can't process that
actually
and
have to
implement
switch
it all
you
at once.
places.
Oh, that's right. You definitely do have to switch places because you don't have the view of the screen.
You know what? Yeah, let's switch places.
All right, you're gonna have to just swap headsets too.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, quick timeout, guys. Technical difficulties here. We're gonna do a quick.
Billion frames of lag actually.
Yeah,
Set here.
no, the lag is just atrocious right now.
K-Brad's actually a farseer playing into the future.
Yeah.
You smell like Monster.
Do I? Thank you.
That smells good.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No.
We're gonna get banned.
You want to just run it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
You want to go back? That's up
No,
to you.
never. I never want to go back.
That's pretty fun.
All right.
Oh.
So Jarrett, of course, wakes up with a DP on his first wake up.
Oh.
Not actually a bad idea. I mean, you got to set the pace of the match in some way, and there's really two options: do it or don't. The shoulder there is -2 on block. The thing about that is, Karen does have a dragon punch. So by being -2, you can't actually punish her, and she can DP. So a lot of people are afraid to press buttons at that point. K-Brad's a pretty conservative player, so the first time I think he'll typically let the Cammy player, you know, like mash her way out.
Oh, I'm warmed up now.
Warmed
You
up?
scared?
A little bit.
I feel the seat shaking a little
You
bit.
know, just a little bit. Only a little bit.
Ooh, baby.
How do you feel about the minions, K-Brad?
I love the minions.
Please distract him.
Loves the minions. We actually tried to watch Despicable Me on Netflix last night, but it wasn't on there. I've never seen it. So
Don't they have like a Minions standalone show special to Netflix?
there's a lot
Yeah.
of minion stuff.
Anyway, there's some Street Fighter 5 going on the stream.
All right, so yeah, there's the
Ow.
stand short, low
Ow.
forward that we saw. It works pretty much every time because, as you
Ow.
said, people are trying to back off after blocking Karen stand short. But it's so plus
Yeah.
that, in fact, the low forward will catch him. And Karen has one of the best damaging combos off a low forward. In fact, probably just the
Yeah,
best.
probably
outright.
just the best, especially in V-Trigger.
Yo, Cappuccino187 says Minions is on Netflix.
Minions,
Yeah,
well, Minions is on Netflix, but Despicable Me is not on
That's the
Netflix.
problem.
Ah.
And I've never seen him. See, there you go. There's a stand short, low forward shimmy again. Gets the full Tenko combo. And he does it again, that time not confirming. Now K-Brad's blocking. But there's the DP we saw after the -2 shoulder. Spends meter for a reset.
To get bodied.
If you have a DP, resets like that become a lot less useful, simply as the result of now any single one of them loses to the same thing.
Yeah.
So no matter whether you're on front or behind, it will lose to the DP as long as they wiggle it the right way.
Yeah.
Of course, you can still block.
And it'll always lose to Guile. Every time he has meter. He's just going up, and you're getting bodied.
You're getting body.
But I like that. Oh,
Rika Fresh says Magneto 1080p is good.
What?
Oh, wow. That must be the first time you ever heard that. We have a scene that is questionable in its support of each other. Vocally, but we all do love each other deep down somewhere. All right, very nice shimmy.
Nice.
Catches that. This might be a perfect.
Yeah.
See, what I did is I like
You want? Yeah,
I
you want
beat him
yeah,
down
you
a
want
little
that-
bit, and now you're punching the hole in.
Nice.
Thank you.
Very
The,
nice.
the lid on the jar.
So Cammy has the fastest heavy move in the game, I believe, in her stand fierce. It's 6 frames, and because of the way priority in this game works, a higher attack button will beat a lower attack button. So a heavy move beats a medium move beats a light move. And so if the active frames of 2 footsie normals collide, Cammy's heavy punch is going to beat most pokes, because most people poke with mediums. So that 6 frame heavy
smart.
punch is so good at the end of block strings. It'll just catch you out of whatever, medium kick you try to stand out in situations where otherwise you'd trade or win. And that's a problem with air-to-airing with Karen forwards. Is
Yeah.
if you jump forwards, you'll actually be minus a lot of the time. So you have to air-to-air backwards.
Fago MI says I scraped 1080p online with my scrubby Laura.
Oh, my
Probably did. Dude, I got beat by like 27 Lauras the other night.
I do think Laura's the best character in the game online.
Yeah, I got straight by like 87 Lauras. Like, I kid you not, it was just Laura after Laura, and I was like, Mommy, get us. Like, what do you need from me? Stop taking my life.
I like the phrase "my scrubby Laura." Like, how do you describe your character? It's like
Stop
my
it.
godlike
I just
Vega.
want to do something cute one time.
People want to know, or Dark Rain IL says, when is Magneto going to do the laugh?
Do the laugh? If I hit him with it, I'll certainly do the laugh. I gotta
My
go-
hair was out of control in that clip. I wish I could get back
Yeah,
to those glory
it's
days.
definitely ridiculous.
Very nice. Oh, the Jarrett classic.
That is very classic.
So attempting to do a DP
you
there,
got it.
accidentally getting down Pierce into the cancel. And this will be the stunner.
Oh, no.
And this will definitely be a kill.
Oh, that just...
Now, instead of the oh ho ho, you got to do like the Cammy smoochy lips.
Smoochy lips.
No, she
What
does
is
the the blue steel at
Look
the
at
end.
this.
She's
Look
like,
at these smoochy lips.
Let me see.
Besitos.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, K-Brad. That's a very good camera.
that's like K-Brad's mouth naturally, honestly. Look. You know you shouldn't have been mashing throw tug.
What you doing over there? You already know.
What's your favorite Cammy color?
Camera color. And this one?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I like the alternate camera.
The one where she's got the hair down?
Yeah, for sure. Hair down, dude.
All right, so nice neutral jump jab as an anti-air. Unfortunately, the stun has gone down on Cammy and the tides have turned. Shimmy a little too late.
Oh, it went
Very
over my
nice. And so the overhead there is pretty gimmicky.
God darn it.
It's never going to block string. You can always mash out of it, but Karen's overhead does lack a low hurt box, so she can actually hop over a bunch of
Yeah, it
moves
was
like you
running
saw
out.
there. Overhead block, but not punished. It's probably pretty hard for Cammy. Very nice.
You can negate the V reversal with a grab?
Yeah.
Yes, Efren. So every V reversal.
Explain it to me, man.
So every V reversal in the game, except I believe Vegas, is throwable during its pre-active frames. So if they V reversal move,
I was
one of the
blocking
best ways
some
to bait that
overheads.
is a throw.
I was
I put you on
blocking
a
some
tangent. and you
overheads
missed
there,
that,
you were.
terrible end of a round.
I've seen it many times. So yeah, throwing V reversals is a very, very good option. Interestingly, Nash's V reversal is actually never hit vulnerable, even at the end. You have to throw it or hit it with a projectile. Jarrett letting the free jumps. Got to use that EX meter.
Yeah, I know.
I wish I had an EX anti-air.
Oof. Spiral.
It is really hard versus a good Cammy player to anti-air just as a result of the fact that very few characters have an option that beats both the regular jump and the dive kick.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, like a horizontal DP like Cammy's or Ken's may work. If you EX DP and they dive kick like early, she'll bait it and you're done.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, the jump is kind of a mix-up for Cammy. Oh, boy, this is getting dirty. K-Brad content to sit with not even a lead, but no, now he has a lead. Very nice. And oftentimes you'll see people cross up after an air reset just to gain momentum towards the corner, not even to really go for a mix-up. Empty jump low gets blocked. So Cammy's V reversal is a bit unique. It's a little slower than the other V reversals, and it's also punishable on block. However, it does switch sides to the opponent, which is good in a lot of its own ways. Specifically, if you do it in the corner, you may actually switch the tides and have them in the corner yourself. But it is punishable on block if you manage to block the cross-up. And there you saw the Rekka version of Karen's overhead is a little different than the regular version. It's actually so plus she can link a down jab.
Mr. Buddy Friend Guy in chat says, I love K-Brad.
Wow. Who doesn't, honestly, at this point? Like,
Can we get the I love Donkas in the chat? Any of them? No?
Lie to us, chat.
Give me some, give me Chef Frankers.
Yo, we didn't get the laugh.
Oh, yeah, we did.
The laugh has to be on the winning round,
Yeah.
I feel
All right,
like. If you laugh in the in-between round, that means you're real confident. And we know Jarrett isn't.
Oh, I'm about to show you some confidence, Donkey. How about that?
So little damage for the DP there.
Yeah, it's
And let's see if the tides can turn now. As Jarrett said, he uses that DP instead of the spiral arrow. And K-Brad with a very nice... Cammy is actually still plus after that second down medium, plus enough that the low forward after will beat most characters low forward in the battle, at which point, as he said, is an important thing for a Cammy player, he hit confirmed.
Oh, that's negative as fuck.
Yeah, I thought you might try to mash.
Now, when you're hit confirming Cammy's
safe.
low forward, what you're not doing so much is you're not literally hit confirming that it hit. You're hit confirming that they either did a move or they're walking backwards. Because the fact of the matter is the hit stun's so short that human reaction wouldn't allow for it. But what you can do is when you do the move, you can see, are they walking backwards? Are they pressing a button? Will it win? And then confirm into the spiral arrow. You're not actually waiting for the move to hit.
Hey, Donko, we got some responses to the...
Oh, we got Chef Frankers?
We got.
Chef Frank.
I like Donka in a strictly platonic sense.
Okay. Damn.
Donka should main Hearthstone. Donka's pretty okay. Donka is tolerable. We did get one I love Donka right there.
Oh, and he had a kappa at the end.
Oh, dang.
God
That
damn
negates it.
it. Well, you know, that's not the point of this show.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Cyanide says I love
anti-airs.
Donka.
I got 1 meter. I can anti-air one time. Only one time.
And Jarrett's Texas accent's coming out.
I'll
That
tell
happens
you
when he
what,
gets a
man.
little too excited.
When I get happy. Ooh. We had a tequila tasting before I came here. I tell you.
Tequila tasting.
I'm ready for him. I'm ready for you, Bradley. Let's go.
So tell the stream about what you learned at bartending class today, Jarrett.
I learned, okay, so if you are making a cocktail at home for all you amateur mixologists, and you want to put mint, like say in a mojito, or basil in a citrus basil berry smash drink, you don't ever want to muddle it because the stem is actually very bitter.
So what do you do instead, Jarrett?
You smack it like I'm smacking Bradley right now. Take back. That's what you do the mint leaf. Yeah.
Get it blocked twice and then
Yeah.
get by.
Yeah, get it blocked twice.
Kenneth Mintleaf Bradley.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
And so Karen's Rekka has a bunch of different follow-ups, obviously. So the Rekka itself
Yeah,
is 2 hits.
I knew.
And then you can choose a variety of follow-ups. There's a slide, which is a low. It's unsafe on
Low
block,
jab.
but it's a good knockdown on hit.
That's
There's the
cheating.
overhead, very unsafe on block, but also a combo on hit. There is the elbow, which is plus, but it has a gap, so you can interrupt it.
Okay.
There's the back off, which is relatively safe, but a lot of characters can actually super it.
Okay.
And and there's the side
Oh,
switch,
so there's
so
the-
she can flip around and do a cross
there's
up,
the-
also unsafe.
Again.
And so these are all kind of mix-ups. Typically,
Hell,
the things you
I
see
knew,
the most
I knew.
are the backdash or the elbow, because everything else is so unsafe on block.
Gotcha.
And there it is. After the so Karen, that's another interesting thing about this game. A rapid cancel
Want to save my
jab.
meter.
I saw.
A rapid cancel jab.
A rapid
Yeah,
cancel
rapid-
jab. So
only
a
rapid
jab
canceling jab.
canceled into another jab
Oh,
is
that's-
technically considered a different move from an
Oh, you're
original jab.
smart.
For whatever reason that no one knows,
That's so
Karen's
dumb.
rapid jab has air juggle properties.
Oh yeah, it's +1, right?
So if she does a corner combo ending in that Tenko or whatever it is, she can do 2 jabs right away, and the second one will juggle due to that extra property, leaving her in a
I'm gonna try
really
the
good
Justin.
reset
Oh.
situation where she can cancel it into a Tenko or dash and get a side switch 50-50.
Gotcha.
You're smart.
Oh,
You got a smart one, boys.
What do you do with smart ones?
What you do with smart ones? You play dumb. Let's go, boy.
Yeah, woo! All right, so Karen's got full super. Fish for that. This should be a kill,
Oh, come
but Jarrett dropped it. And
How'd you just get hit?
dies as a
I
result.
was jumping.
Oh, he jumped.
I was jumping. I was mad that that low 4 didn't cancel in anything.
He is laughing that you
Oh
jumped.
my goodness. That was intense.
What are we at? What's the score? Did you already body all the...
It was 3-2. It was 3-2. 3-2. Let's do one more.
Yeah,
One
he
more.
got
Last
4.
one. Only the last one counts. If you do light dive kick, I swear to you.
I did it.
The hard reads in play. Got him in the corner. One more combo might be a stun, but it's already ticking back down. Yet another small thing to note for some people is, so stun obviously accumulates by getting hit. It doesn't accumulate on block, but it'll stay there. If you are to V-reversal in this game, you actually take a set amount of stun meter away automatically as a result of
trying to dash
V-reversal.
under.
So
That
you
was
just
the sickest
200
thing I
your
did.
stun
I got
meter will
body
just
for it.
go away,
try
and
to
it'll start ticking
dash
down.
up
So
and
if
answer
you're
hit
really
the bullshit
scared,
Yeah, it hits on both.
you can often V-reversal out. Now, this leads into the mind game where they can throw you if you're waiting to V-reversal out, because they took out the option select where you could throw tech and V-reversal at the same time, which was really scrubby. Ooh, so I'm glad they
Can
got
it
rid
stop
of that.
it, please?
Yes.
Got some Marvel 2 action
do
going
that.
on over
Look
there.
at the damage.
What's left? That's it.
That's nice.
That's one of my favorite things you'd see in Marvel
nice.
2 videos of the guys in the cabinets is one guy just mashing the buttons
yeah.
in random
That
patterns
low
to screw up their infinite. Very nice punish.
Yes.
I will not stop mashing.
Yes.
Oh no, that's it.
Yes. Yes.
8 frames of lag, man. I'm missing
Yes.
that forward in the-
8 frames
in
of
the
lag.
takeoff
Hey, Frank.
every time.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, Brad. Gravity Blast asks, how do you deal with smart fireball pressure as Cammy?
Fireball pressure? It's not. EX Drill is so good that I don't worry about fireballs at all. Like, who you got to worry about? You got to worry about Nash, Ryu.
What about Guile now?
I mean, you can. Not really. Her EX Drill is just so sick. I'll just block. I'll just walk for a block, and then like I'll jump short dive kick so that like if they try to anti me, like Ryu can't. If Ryu throws a fireball and he tries to walk behind it, I can short dive kick. He can't DP me. Nash, if he throws the light one, if he throws the fierce one, then he can punish me. But I don't have to worry about fireballs at all. Cammy doesn't actually have to worry about fireballs at all.
Okay, Brad. Speaking of things you don't have to worry about, what can you say about our boys here, Jarrett and Donka?
Well. He doesn't play this game. He's a Hearthstone player. That's one. And he plays Karen, unfortunately, and Justin plays Karen. So,
were you concerned at all? At one point, you got Magneto 1080p'd on.
Yeah, it hurts. When she hits you, it's bad. When she hits you, it's one of those things where you just have to, like... Yeah. You are a Hearthstone player. How far did you get in Street Fighter? How far did you get in Hearthstone?
To you, Donka, that question. I think he got further in Hearthstone.
If the boot fits.
He said he was one match away from winning $1,000. He said it was one match
That's
away.
so crazy. They make $1,000 for getting 16th place in that tournament.
I mean, let's not get started on watching Counter-Strike, and I'm just like, man, if only this was like a mouse and a keyboard, and I was always jacked up on Monster, like, oh my.
Always jacked up.
Maybe my life would be a lot different.
Yeah.
But
Yo, you just snuck in. I just realized now that you snuck in that plug for Monster, your sponsor. Yeah, I'll take a cut of that too if you don't mind, Monster.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll see mine in the mail.
Yeah. No
Final thoughts on these sets that you just had to endure, K-Brad?
It was fun. I always like playing Cammy, man. I love the thing that I don't like is the online is so good that a lot of people don't want to come out and play. That's the only problem with having a good online, I guess. So I like to play like side by side. I love playing. So playing these guys is pretty fun. And going to the arcade. I went to the arcade and I had a lot of fun there.
Arcade UFO here in Austin, Texas.
Played again.
We're
I
definitely
didn't get to
glad
play
to have him.
Shin. I want to play Shin because he bodied me in tournament. So I definitely need to learn. A little bit.
Well, you hadn't played me yet.
Yeah, I haven't played you in tournament yet. You probably bodied me too.
We'll give it a shot.
Yeah, maybe.
K-Brad, it was a pleasure having you not only in the studio. Twice we were treated to having you here,
Yes.
but also having you in Texas. It was great to hang out with you. I think
The
you still have
barbecue.
La Barbecue.
La Barbecue.
That's still on the
They
list.
told me about what is the other place? What was the place I was telling you? It was in Driftwood.
Oh, Salt Lake?
Salt Lake. They told me to go there too.
That's not a bad
No,
one.
you know who owns it?
Who?
Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who founded Salt Lake baseball.
Salt
player.
Lake.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Magneto 1080p
Hey,
for joining us
appreciate it.
in the studio
Yeah.
to help commentate, and also you did pee on K-Brad, so shout outs to that.
Yeah, you know.
That one round. I didn't hear any Karn laughs, but we'll have to wait until next time.
And there's
time
no
we'll
reason
pop
for
it.
me to play Jarrett. That would just be embarrassing.
Yeah, for me.
I don't think the chat wants that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You want to play one game?
You want to play one
One
game,
and
Mike? I'm warmed up now, bro.
all-
You got to swap out headsets, though.
All right, here you go. One game. I'll take it. One game, dude. I got.
Okay, Brad, you're on my side, right? While you're commentating? Okay. All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Come on over here, K-Brad. Here we go. Nobody asked for it, but we're getting
All
it.
right.
K-Brad asked for it.
I will preface this by saying, and this is either going to put a lot of pressure on me or a little bit of pressure on Mike, is that Mike has beat me in every local that we played. Every single local Mike has beaten me.
You just wanted to give your boy a chance to redeem himself.
So-
is that right?
Let me see.
Just know that the tides may be turning.
One game, one and done.
By the way,
rock, paper,
one and
scissors.
done, walk
and
away.
I do play on PC on a CRT.
Yeah.
Oh, he's giving
This is-
excuses already.
There's at least like 17
What is
additional
this?
frames of lag
I play
going
on a
on.
CRT.
I play on a CRT.
I play on my magnet box.
That is
CRT.
crazy. He's giving the excuses already.
I love it. What is it? Laura's the flavor? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm doing the brown hair.
You're player one. Remember, you're on the left side. I don't know if there's player sides in Hearthstone, but
man.
you're on
I'm
that
excited
side
for this.
with
you
Vega.
know, there's the goblins and the gnomes,
100%
right?
he walks back like for 30 seconds at the beginning of the match. I'm so tired of this already.
So tired of this.
Already holding back.
I'm already
Already
holding
holding
Look at-
back.
You see this? I'm coming for you. Slide.
Holding
I
down
dare
back.
you.
I dare you. He slid at
He
the
did
beginning
it.
of the round?
He did it.
He really wants this win, huh?
There we go. I'm going to neutral jump all day.
I know. There's not a damn thing I can do about it either.
This is one match, K-Brad. You're going to hold him to it, okay?
Yeah, one and
no
done.
runbacks.
No runbacks at all. This is about to be over. And now, Magneto's in. It's over. I like all this pressure you got going here.
Oh, come on.
But then you missed your anti-air, and now you are bodied. Oh, he knew. Oh, he knew. Don't you hit anything. Don't you hit anything. Yeah, take it all. Oh, take all this pressure.
Okay, you can tell I'm out of practice right now. Give me this. Give me this.
Out of practice,
clean
you
it
just
up.
competed in a tournament.
I know,
Too much
hard
I had to give him
Too
the
much
gimmicks
Hearthstone.
because Mike's like first 2 weeks that we played, I only did gimmicks, and he was like, "You're never gonna be able to do that to me in 3 weeks."
Yeah, it's over. Oh, it's over. Yeah, free. Look at him trying to do slide. It doesn't.
Symphony would like you to commentate, K-Brad, if you can.
Okay, yeah, for sure, for sure. Now, oh, I like the neutral jump here by Donkey. Oh, got the combo. Didn't go into the super there. But we are going to get a super from Magneto, 1080p. Let me get a laugh a little bit. Let me have it. Oh my goodness, laughing at him. Doesn't get immediate here. Okay, filling each other out here. Donkey throwing out a lot of buttons. Don't want to get punished. Any crush counter into the roundhouse is going to give Magneto the meter. Oh, got the meter now. They're both sitting on B trigger. There it is, and he drops the combo. Okay, keeping it slow here. The next hit from
Oh,
Donkey will win.
okay. This is important.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No,
I'm
this
a
is
scrub.
actually important.
Oh, what a noob. Okay, all right, noob. All right, the next hit from Donkey will give him the round. That was the hit that he needed. Now he might end up losing. All right. Okay, good block. Oh, and it hurts.
Oh shit.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yo, in the meantime, people get hype. Symphony
let's
has
go,
just
let's
subbed. to
Symphony,
our
thank you,
channel.
Symphony, for subbing to the channel. And the neutral jump. Good air there.
All right,
by
now I can
Donkey.
actually V-trigger. I'm at full power now.
He's in full power. He says he's in full power. Let's go into the game that changes it all. The round that changes everything. Mike is content with not moving forward at all. But now his back is to the wall. He's going to have to deal with this carrying pressure. Oh, yeah, he has to deal with all of this. His back is to the wall. Good tech. Dealing with a lot of pressure. Oh, but Magneto jumps into the corner. Now Donkey's away. And, of course, he's going to back up because he is not going to rush this character down. Oh, nice empty jump. Oh, this shimmy was too pretty right there. Yes, I wouldn't use the super there either. That was very good. Oh, we don't care about none of that, though. Good block on the overhead. A little too far away to finish the combo. And that will be for Jarrett. Magneto 1080p taking it over Donkey, the Hearthstone player.
T.O., I'd like to say that he paused the game in the middle of the match.
He definitely did pause in the
So I
middle of the
already
match.
won before the match was over.
Yeah, he paused in the middle
Mike,
of
how
the
do you
match
feel
for
about
sure.
What was he saying? I need a game.
You feel like
with
I had
turns.
to have the handicap to win?
Yeah,
Yes,
he said he needs a game.
100%.
He definitely did say that. A game with turns, that's what you need to play, right?
Is there a version of Street Fighter V where you're like, okay, I'm going to do these moves, and then you wait and see what he does?
And Armika.
Yeah.
I should definitely just switch to Armika.
All right,
Oh.
guys. That brings us to the end.
was
K-Brad,
good.
once again,
Oh,
true
thank you,
pleasure.
man.
I see you're still rocking all the DreamHack swag
Oh
there
yeah, I
on the
still have
arm.
all the DreamHack stuff on. Right? I didn't take it off.
Magneto 1080p, Michael Donker-Schiller, thank you very much for joining us. I'm a
Appreciate it,
friend.
y'all.
We'll be here next week. Come and join us. And we'll have Steve and John back. I know you guys, some people were asking.